I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Josh Saunders.
We are Pop Culturists, and this is Pop CTV, where we talk about our lab reports. That's all the big news that has hit pop culture this week. Speaking of this week, have you been this week?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You've been pretty mad too. Let's get on the news.
If I had anything to say about this week, I would, but
No effing
I
about.
have nothing.
Let's kick things off with a bit of sad news.
Aww.
Sad news
Why
is
do I
always the
order it
worst.
off on a sad note?
Because that way, when we back up with a lovely stinger at the end, this is like that shitty soup that you get. You know when you go to like a buffet, like all that shit, like all that shitty food that you start with, but that dessert is just solid.
Okay. For the meringue.
We don't have that. I had a quick look at the news ahead. Like,
No, we don't have that at the moment. Oh,
No.
number two, maybe.
we can if we want to reorder it to create our own dessert. But this is some sad news. This is your sad entree of shitty soup. Look, we're sorry, but you won't be returning to Arkham just yet.
I'm not sorry, it's not my fault.
I'm a little sorry because I don't want to play it. Warner Brothers has confirmed the next-gen remaster Batman Return to Arkham will not be hitting its originally planned July 29 release date. On the official WB forums, the publisher acknowledged the game needed, quote, additional time and has delayed the Arkham Asylum and Arkham City remaster indefinitely.
That's a bad word.
Quote, after reviewing the progress of the project, the team at WB Games has decided to delay the release of Batman Return to Arkham to give the team at Virtuous Games additional time to deliver a polished Batman Arkham game experience. And said company representative Steve Grayson. Grayson? Yeah, well done. Yeah. They hide him purely for that reason. We do not have a release date yet, and we will be sure to communicate that once we are sure the game will be ready. We know that this is disappointing news, but we feel the extra time will allow the team to create the best gaming experience of our fans, or for our fans, I should say. Many leaks and speculations for the box set appeared in March this year. Then it was officially announced for its original release window in May. The remaster claims to have, quote, improved graphics, as well as upgraded models, environments, lighting, effects, and shaders. However, after the reveal trailer was released, the masses seemed unimpressed with the improvements. The pop culturists are in Dylan Bowden. It's also his birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, Dylan. Stated that the game, quote, looks worse than the originals. He said that on my couch, like he really did. The release will include all DC content and Game of the Year edition bonuses.
DLC content.
As of time of reporting, we will not be seeing WB Montreal's inclusion of Batman Arkham Origins.
It didn't look worse than the originals.
It looked sharper.
It was more, I think, the lighting.
Yeah.
And the ambience, you know.
And like,
it was too bright.
There's a lot of grittiness, especially in Joker's suit, as an example. Like in the remastered version, they took that away, and it kind of added it just added something nice. But I learned a little information today, actually, in regards to this. So all of the Arkham games, including Arkham Knight, are all built on the Unreal 3 engine. However, Virtuous Games, who are doing the remaster,
I feel like what you're about to say we've mentioned on camera before.
I don't think so. I don't think we have. But they're working on. They're using Unreal Engine 4.
Yeah, we've talked about.
We've talked about that before.
Yeah,
Sweet.
When we first talked about this.
Yeah, so it's understandable. If you go into a different engine, there's different rules you have to follow.
It's not as simple as just
make it pretty. Yeah, it just doesn't work that way. But
you know what might work our way? Number 2.
Oh, nice. I had more to say, but I was like, wait, no, I don't have more to say. I don't have more to say.
That's disappointing.
I'm disappointed. I really wanted to play it again, but
you can play it again right now.
I could play it again on my PS3.
You have it.
I literally have it.
Your PS3 is plugged in.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh well.
Play Rock Band on it. That's about it.
You know who does play Rock Band?
Us?
That doesn't segue at all. Number 2, the Greens have announced a $158 million initiative to boost the Australian games industry. The plan is based on the recommendations from an April report out of the Senate Environment and Communications References Committee. The report on the future of Australia's video game development industry, which contained a variety of proposals designed to stimulate the sector, was called for by the Greens this time last year. We got to vote this week.
We do have to vote this week.
Who are you going to vote for?
I ain't telling you, because I don't know.
The Greens. The Greens are calling on government to give the Australian video games industry the same level of support other creative industries are afforded, noting that the $2 billion in retail revenue the industry already generates in Australia makes it larger than the local film industry. In a quote, the Australian video games industry is a perfect example of the sort of innovative 21st century industry that the current Prime Minister gushes about, the Australian Greens communications spokesperson, Senator Scott Ludlam, in a statement. We prefer that enthusiasm translated into real action, so that's why we're announcing this $158 million package to assist industry. Almost cool. The consensus report from our Senate inquiry into the future of the industry made it clear that the government can galvanise the local industry in forms of grants, low-interest loans and tax offsets to foster growth and to ensure that Australian talent stays in Australia. The key element of the Greens plan is their proposal to extend the producer tax offset, a refundable tax rebate for producers of Australian feature films and television, to video game developers. The producer tax offset has never been applied to game developers. I'll go just skip that next one. The Parliamentary Budget Office has estimated that extending the offset in this way will cost $133 million, and to the Greens it would probably be the single most important initiative the party could take for providing enduring confidence in the industry. At least someone's looking out.
Yeah, look, this...
Do you think this is smoke and mirrors?
This can be two ways. This can be... We can be cynical and be like, this is an untapped market of voters. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
It is.
Like, if you put this out there and you make... And look, we're not going to make this happen unless they get in, but...
If you make this your flagship thing, like,
might
this
work.
is what we'll do.
But at the same time, the Australian gaming industry is essentially dead. There's not much here. Like, a couple of the biggest developers that I can think of, right? 2K Australia, which helped build Borderlands the pre-sequel. Yep. They've been disbanded. Team Bondi, which made LA Noire. And we're working on a sequel, which then that cancelled.
Yeah.
That's like... I'm sure there's more,
Do you think it's beyond repair, basically?
Yes and no. So, if this helps, this is going to help a lot of little independent developers become not so independent.
Yep.
As in, like, don't be that little kind of game that's thrown together in a back room. Like, this will allow games to go from, like, a C-list game to a B-list game. And that's good. Like... Funding and tax breaks is what allows, bigger and better movies to be made. Like, it's as simple as that.
Do you think we'll ever get a AAA studio in Australia?
No, not currently. None of this. Even with this, even if this was implemented, I don't see it happening here. Yeah. I would love for it to happen, and mind you, when we do, the pop culturists will be there.
Yeah, we will.
But I don't see it currently.
Well, you mentioned 2K before. We've got some
I did.
2K news.
Funny enough, thanks to a leak at the 2K official website, it appears that the official announcement for Bioshock the Collection is imminent.
Yay!
The page has since been taken down, but not before their sources were able to snap a screenshot and save several images that were hosted on the site, which showcase the game's cover and some accompanying art. Accompanying art, yeah. Additionally, the official Bioshock Twitter account has now been activated with @Bioshock, with a brief tease that almost certainly hints at a forthcoming announcement that says, "Welcome to Rapture." Ooh. This isn't the first time the reports of Bioshock Collection have surfaced, as a retailer leak had popped up last year, listing the game, and the game has also since appeared on a Taiwanese rating site in March, and the ESRB listed details for the collection in April. And before we came in this room, it appears that GameStop
also received
have also put it up as well.
Yeah. Yay!
Take my money.
Because it's obvious it's gonna. What they normally do with these is include all the DLC and stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah.
The right page.
No, I want to go this one. I want to end on that one. I kind of like that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Look. It makes sense. Like, that game was stunning on PS3. Like, I remember playing Bioshock 1 and just something as simple as the water, and you walk through that water, and it blew my mind. Yeah. Like, that's the question. Like, will it stand up? It's going to get a remaster, of course, so it will come up to, you'd assume, PS4 standards, but they can only do so much. Do you think that we will still be as amazed by it visually?
Yes. Because for me, more of the amazement from Bioshock came from the tone and the ambience. Like, you know, when you first go down to Rapture, the dude's like knocking on the glass.
Like the splicers.
And then he disappears, and then the door opens, and it's just like,
It wasn't a horror game, but it was intense.
It wasn't. It was scary as shit, though.
Yeah.
Like, the tension, the ambience, and everything in that world was what drew me in. So to be able to play it again without needing to plug in an old console is cool. That's what I'm excited for.
Good stuff. Like I said, we'll do this, so you can do that.
I still want me to do that.
Is it my turn? I just read Bioshock. It's your turn.
Okay.
Yeah, Bioshock, hurry up. This is a moment where the leaks are getting too out of control. Unless 2K aren't ready to announce it simply because it's not ready. But then how come it's been leaked? Like, it's been dripped out so much.
They've got to be...
Like, it's crazy.
So there's so many leaks, I have to address it soon.
Yeah. But no one's going to be surprised. And they're like, hey, guess what? And they're like, well...
Oh, well, yay! Number 4. DC have released their full solicitations for September 2016 this week. Look for another wave of DC Rebirth titles to make their debut, along with the return of Fables for Millie. Yes.
Millie's a big fan of Fables.
And the start of Gerard Way's Young Animal imprint. The new series starting in September are Batman Beyond Rebirth, Blue Beetle. Didn't I say Beyond?
Yeah.
Oh. Cyborg Rebirth and Cyborg number 1, Doom Patrol, Ever After from the pages of Fables, Frostbite, Gotham Academy second semester, Raven, Supergirl, Teen Titans Rebirth, and Trinity number 1.
Trinity, that's the one that Dylan's really pumped for.
Yes. And the series ending in September are Art Ops, Batman Beyond, Bloodlines, Dr. Fate, Earth 2 Society, Harley Quinn and her gang of Harleys, and Teen Titans. September will now mark the official end of the New 52, now that the last few books like Earth 2 Society and Teen Titans are ending. So that's the end of New 52. That's when all the titles wrap up. It's kind of the end of an era. A mediocre era. But it's an era nonetheless.
There's some standouts in there.
There is.
Standouts were infrequent, but there were some standouts there. Like, if we look back on the New 52, would you deem it a success?
I can't say, because I only started reading halfway through New 52,
That's
so
true,
I don't know any different. But from what I've seen from Rebirth so far, it's a lot... I don't know, Rebirth just feels right. Like, I don't know a lot of the characters and stuff because I've only been reading for a little bit of time, but Rebirth just feels like everyone's doing what they should be doing. Whereas New 52, I don't know, like the whole thing that there's something missing I didn't get until I started reading Rebirth, and I'm like, oh.
I think that comes from you reading at the start of a series. I think that's regardless. Like, I think it's because you came in essentially to 52 at like issue 30, you know what I mean, or roundabout. Yeah. So you've essentially missed about 4 or 5 different story arcs.
Oh yeah, but I'd catch up.
Yeah.
I'd buy the trades and stuff.
But even then, because you're now reading on a weekly basis, like, you're up with what's happening. Like,
yeah, maybe.
Reading on a weekly basis, reading the singles has a different feel to reading the trades.
I'm enjoying it immensely.
Yeah, it feels good, like, all on the inside. But speaking of feeling good on the inside...
Which one are you going to read?
We know one person in our team that would literally pee themselves over this bit of news.
Which one are you going to read now?
Drive director, Nicholas Winning... How do you pronounce his surname, Dylan? Refn. Nicholas Winding Refn has his eyes on Batgirl.
Don't we all, Ryan?
It's not the first time Refn has expressed interest in a superhero flick. In 2011, the Danish director said he could see himself directing a Wonder Woman film. And while Wonder Woman is getting her own movie, directed by Monsters' Patty Jenkins, Refn hasn't given up hope.
Good for him.
Quote, God, I would love to make a superhero movie. It would probably be great fun, Refn told Business Insider. I just don't know when it's going to happen. I very much enjoy my freedom creatively, but I also would like to make one of those big Hollywood films that costs a lot of money and has a lot of people running around with cell phones and all that insanity. It's odd that cell phones means he's made it.
Obviously.
With Wonder Woman already nabbed, Refn his interest in a Batgirl film. Quote, let's get Warner working on it, end quote, he added. Batgirl will reportedly make an appearance in Warner Brothers' Harley Quinn spin-off, which could be the perfect lead-up to a Batgirl standalone.
Yes, it could.
This is all speculation, of course.
Oh, of course, yeah.
There has been talks of a Harley Quinn solo movie outside of Suicide Squad, you know, from the how many people have seen it.
I think that's all but guaranteed at this point.
I think they'd be silly not to.
Oh,
but it all depends on the story arc they give her in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Because it's going to change what sort of Harley Quinn they make. Because obviously we haven't seen Suicide Squad yet, and we will see it in August like everybody else.
Like a month.
Holy shit, it's like a month away.
4.5 weeks away.
Holy crap, it's July already.
This Thursday, plus 4 weeks. Wow. Yes, which means the Killing Joke is in 3.5, 4 weeks. Yay!
Yeah, so depending on what Harley Quinn we see, whether it be like that sort of mix with the crazy, or it's going to be the more light-hearted, nicer one that we get in like the books that your daughter reads.
Yeah. They need it. It's the whole, strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah.
Like, she's at her peak popularity now.
Yeah.
So,
but it depends, like what market they're going to try to tap. They're going to try to tap into that teenage market. They're going to try crack into comic book readers.
On the speculation that Batgirl will be in the Harley Quinn movie, like, would you like the story told, in theory, Harley Quinn's perspective as a villain, with Batgirl trying to foil her, but you get Harley's perspective and not Batgirl's?
100%. I would love to see
Wouldn't that be interesting?
I would so much love to see a superhero movie
from the
villain's perspective.
Yeah. But you, at the end of the movie, you see Harley as the hero because you spent all that time with her. You see her motivations, and you know her drive, and you might know things about why she's doing what she's doing that Batgirl doesn't. So you can sympathise with her.
But that could also potentially run into Birds of Prey?
Yeah,
no,
Birds of Prey.
Is Harley Quinn part of Birds of Prey? No, she's not.
No. That's Batgirl, Dinah Lance.
Black Canary and...
What's her? Huntress.
Yeah, cool. But that'd be a good all-female cast movie, Harley versus the Birds of Prey.
Harley versus the Birds.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Harley, yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be sweet. But it could sort of be jumping on that bandwagon of like, hey, it's all ladies. But speaking of bandwagons, Nintendo will also be jumping on one, announcing that they are looking into VR.
To read.
You read that for me?
You were about to read it, weren't you?
I was.
You read your piece and segued into another piece you were going to read yourself. You've already spoiled what's going to happen. Number 6 and final bit of news. At its first shareholders meeting for the fiscal year, Nintendo has confirmed it's actively researching virtual reality.
I told you.
Mainly to get out of their own reality because it's really shit right now. Per reports from Twitter, as translated by Cheese Meister, Shigeru Miyamoto said the company was researching VR, so it has the core technology.
You have to mention when it's quotes. It helps.
I did the fingers. Well, you did the fingers. But the quotes now. In a quote, long play sessions are an issue, Miyamoto reportedly said. We want to release something that can be played for long periods, carries value, and is affordable. We want parents to feel at ease. And the fucking quote.
Thank you.
You're welcome. VR functionality is but one of many rumours around Nintendo's new console, the NX, which has a release window of March 2017. We currently know very little about the machine, and it was absent from E3. Miyamoto claimed this was to, in a quote, to avoid imitators. End quote!
You understand why you need to do that,
yes,
right?
I know. I'm just giving you shit now.
Cool.
Nintendo remains tight-lipped on details regarding its next gaming platform. In a quote again! Normally we would have shown the NX at E3, end quote, he said. Start quote again, but we didn't. We're worried about imitators if we release info too early, end the last quote. Happy now?
No, it makes perfect sense, because you were reading it and then we're like, we were planning on releasing the NX, like, no we won't.
Maybe I was.
Or the entire thing reads as a quote, like, wow, Miyamoto did not shut up.
Do you care? Interested.
See, I'm already in love with VR, and I am so excited. But I don't feel Nintendo will be offering the games that I will want to play in VR.
Well, you got to think, too, that with what we're getting with VR, like through PlayStation, like Nintendo want to keep it affordable and whatnot. Is it even going to be worth it? Like, really, if they're wanting to keep it cheap, can they deliver the experience at the same time? No.
They won't be able to keep it affordable, for one, which is one of their biggest problems, because they've always been about software rather than hardware. To go along with that, the NX has announced that, they kind of have alluded to the NX having the same sort of power levels as a processing power.
Come on.
So I had to swallow. As the PS4.
I don't think that's true.
Which would be impressive if it was released before we heard about the Neo and the Scorpio.
It was released 3 years ago.
Yeah. If it was released before or alongside the PlayStation 4, that's when that information would have been handy. Now, from reports that we're getting, that the PS4 can barely run VR.
True.
Imagine the NX. Like, from what we know.
They just seem doomed to fail at this point. It's like Seagull all over.
But it's very interesting though. Like Nintendo have always sort of been the ones that have created, that they have innovated in terms of hardware at the same time. Like they are very software focused, but they are into making sort of new hardware. Like they made tablet. Motion controls with the Wii, and then boom, and then out come Move, out come Kinect. You know what I mean? So everyone else was playing catch up. Now it's sort of reversed. Nintendo got a little too locked on the Wii U, and that innovation actually stopped them. Yeah,
they're poor guys.
It makes me sad because they were so good.
They were.
But now they are not.
But,
just like us.
If they crash and burn, there is a chance. There's a chance if Nintendo crash and burn that we get Pokemon on our PlayStation consoles, because those games have to be licensed out to someone. Yeah,
because Game Freak make exclusively for Nintendo, so that would be interesting though, where that would go.
Maybe because of the power of the consoles, we actually get our third-person Pokemon RPG.
Well, it'd be very interesting because if Nintendo do sort of go under, because Pokemon is made within the limitations of the 3DS. Yes. Which are quite low. The only thing they can move to is another handheld device. With the not very good success of the Vita.
Could you imagine
if
Pokemon was only exclusively available?
Oh man, the Vita sales would rocket,
yes,
right?
They would. Vita Island would be packed.
Like maybe they could. Oh, it wouldn't let me in anyway. Oh. Vita Island borders are shut down, my friend.
Yeah, I'm not there. Where are we going?
Oh. Smart, yeah, because if 3DSs go under and they won't make it for the Vita, they will have to either make it for smart devices like your phone,
the 3DS,
or they step it up and make it bigger, better with the hardware
that they have
access to.
The 3DS will never go under. Like they might stop consoles, but they won't stop their handheld. They still sell millions of them every year because they slightly tweak their models and it's a little bit.
Yeah, I love my new Nintendo 3DS XL.
But, would it be cool to see Mario and all that coming over to Sony and Microsoft? Yes, it would. Could you imagine like a mashup of PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale and Super Smash Brothers?
Be pretty cool.
They get like Nathan Drake fighting Mario in Smash Brothers.
Look, it'd be very interesting, but that's all speculation until we get that hardcore right in front of us on paper. That news on our lab report.
This is their last chance.
You think?
I think this is their last chance.
Speaking of last chance, this is our last chance to end the show.
Is it though?
Yeah, it is. If you want to see more of our stuff, be sure to head to the Facebook, facebook.com/thepopculturist, and of course our website, thepopculturist.com. Dylan puts things in. He's nice like that. What are you cupping?
The website. I'm just testing Dylan's editing.
Oh, you've literally picked it up from. Oh, in that case,
moved it.
So if that's still there, I'm going to do this and take it away. Have fun with that, Dylan. He's not going to do it.
Happy birthday.
So, of course, go to those places. Of course, we're also on Twitter and all that whatnot.
All the social media.
Please go to those, the Facebook. Give Dylan a lovely birthday wish. I put a hideous photo of him on there for fun.
Stone Spider-Man.
He looks wrecked. That's when he did it was like a good 16 hours in front of the computer and editing videos. He looked like that was about 4 a.m. I think he took that photo. It's good times.
Yeah, seems right.
But I'm Ryan Besson.
Fuck. I'm Josh Saunders.
We'll see you all next week.
Why'd you wait till I was drinking?
Because I'm mean.
Yeah.
Is it drink off?
How much do you have left?
Not much. Chica, not drinking.